Wealthy Prosperity Team for this week's episode of Grow Your Mind and Money. And tonight, we are interviewing one Shawn Broadnax. He is the CEO and founder of Reach Movement Networks. Shawn and his team are leading the way in creating innovative, exciting, and attractive media that empowers ministries, large and small, in expanding their reach, influence, and membership in ways that exceed all expectations. Shawn has experienced the other side of the mountain, the valley, and the mountaintop, and has used those challenges to empower himself and his team in creating and organizing that which is truly a testament to faith. Shawn is a champion for humanity. And you guessed it, it's time for a little spoken word to kick off the show. And it is going down from none other than the one, the only, the original Sunshine Princess of Poetry. Shawny, take it away.
Woohoo! I love me some Quiet Storm because can't nobody bring you in like Quiet Storm brings me in. All right. Hey, it's Shawny the Poet, the original Sunshine Princess of Poetry. And tonight's piece is intoxicating. So, I'm flooded with your song, singing on high. How to channel your mind with pride. I am humming textures of joy, and I smile, wanting you to give it all over and over until your tongue gets tired of tasting my sweet words. And I am massaging your thoughts. They get me excited. Excite me with your words, move me. Smiling again, just knowing you thought of me. Yes, history of us happy and lust, reminisce and trust that our time is still our time. We define that moment that brought us such joy that we gladly revisit it again and again. Never wanted it to truly end, but it did. Just for a moment, to pause and catch our breath, because today we did it again, and I thank you for saying hello with such a beautiful sound. I know that we met lifetimes ago. The smile still makes me smile, taking so I can give and giving so that I can take. Did you hear that? The vibration. Saturating sexy all over your mental pictures like a slideshow of damn good. Yes, it was intoxicating.
Snap, snap, toe, tap.
Yes.
Had to come back from that one.
I was intoxicated.
I hope that you enjoyed that piece. I think the team did. They were like, whoa. But it is time to continue. And it is time for money-making thoughts. What do you have for us, Donnell, my love?
I'm glad you asked, Shawny. If you are not ruffling a few feathers, you're probably not getting much done. Ruffle some feathers. If you're not running into difficult problems, then you're falling far short of your potential. You are superbly equipped to meet great challenges and to create great achievements. If you are just maintaining the status quo, there's a whole lot more valuable stuff you could be doing. What you did yesterday was fine for yesterday. However, today is a new day filled with new possibilities. So get busy exploring those possibilities. Make yourself reaching a little beyond what you're sure you can do. Challenge yourself in a meaningful way, and you will quickly grow to meet those challenges. Ruffle a few feathers, including your own. Explore the vast territory that lies beyond your comfort zone and discover value you never knew existed. This is a new day, so live it as a new day. This is your opportunity to add something to your life and your world that's never been there before. So take that opportunity and run with it now. What I have learned about myself and growing my mind when it comes to the thing, ruffle some feathers, and the action I will take is to ensure that feathers are ruffled in an effort to help provide all possibilities that might be hidden from my view. Ronnie B, over to you for the interview.
Thank you, voice of reason. Ruffle some feathers. Complacency, how do they say it? Breeds discontent. We are not meant to sit on our behinds. All right, in this part of the show, we learn about a challenge Shawn faced in having his dreams fulfilled, a challenge that knocked the wind out of his sails. Somehow, some way, he kept going and used that challenge to give him strength that has made him successful in every area he chooses to focus his time and energy. Mr. Shawn Broadnax, welcome to Grow Your Mind and Money.
Hey, thank you very much.
I'm so glad to have you on the show. And, Shawn, we're going to just dive right into it. And just like we said in the opening, we are asking you to share a time when the going got rough. So, Shawn, what we're asking in this part of the show is for you to please share an incident or time in your life that knocked the wind out of your sails, when the going got even rougher and you felt like you were lost. And please be as specific as possible so that we can, truly appreciate what you were experiencing.
I believe that over the course of doing business as an entrepreneur for myself, you find some challenges, and being able to keep your personal life together while trying to also keep your business afloat. And there are times when your personal life begins to sort of fall apart. And I remember 1 week before Christmas of the year of 2008. One week before Christmas, as you're waiting for the one deal to come through, the one deal that would financially take care of you for the next 8 months, right? The one deal, we're waiting and we're preparing for this deal for, the last, 3 months, and everything's going haywire. You've got back, you've got, you're 1 day out of just everything sort of falling apart, where you're 1 day out of your cell phone getting turned off, and your electric about to get disconnected, and you 2 months late in rent. Trying to make the one thing happen. If the one thing happens, knowing that that you're holding on to the one deal, right? Because if the one thing happens, right, you will shortly after it forget about everything that was a struggle to get there, right?
I'm with you. I'm with you.
And so you're holding on. I remember literally the one day, 1 week before Christmas in 2008, we were, minutes away from the deal closing, and like literally speaking, everything happened at once. So we had, I'd made 4 or 5 different payment arrangements on my cell phone. I'd made payment arrangements on electricity over the last however many months. I'd made, just different promises to pay on just everything in my life. Just everything in my life was revolving around this one deal. And I remember on was it the 18th? It was the 18th of December. Literally everything happened that day at the same time. The electric got cut off. The phone got cut off. Nearly got evicted. Just everything happened that day, all at the same time. Like, you just woke up that morning and haywire had happened. And you're like literally, dead broke, maybe a quarter in the bank. And it's you are pretty much like, do or die in this scenario. And at that point, it was like either, give up on it all or keep holding on. Because now, you're at a point where we have been holding on for 3 months. Like, it's not like I'm just now, just now picking up faith. We had been holding on for 3 months. And, it was like you wake up in the morning, everything's haywire. And you sort of just, you muster up enough energy to have the faith to keep going. And literally speaking, the very next day, the company's like, hey, everything's great. Can you guys come pick the check up today at 12? And, just then you realize that, a person who can make it through situations, who has the strength and the backbone, and the thick enough skin to make it through situations that require you to go to the absolute bottom, and face, the absolute bottom, are the people that are strong enough to remain at the top. And so that's, that's what you learn when there are a lot of times, I have situation after situation where it's very, very likely where I could have hit, completely, maybe I did hit complete rock bottom. But hitting rock bottom allows you to appreciate what is the top a lot more. So that's my story of my struggle. That's one of them. We could go all night.
Hey, look, I get that's your story, and you keep it to it. I am not going to try to take your story away. I promise you. Oh God! Thank you for sharing that. That really, really, that was really sharing. You gave us your heart, your soul, the authenticity, and the truth. And so I want to thank you for that. That was really, really beautiful. And I was just definitely left moved, touched, and inspired by who you were being. You were in that moment, and I was right there with you. And I was like, oh man, I don't want to go back. Don't take me back, Shawn, please. But that was really great, really great. And I'll just say during that time, because you really can't, you were great how you put, but during that, like I said, this wasn't a overnight phenomenon. You've been holding on for 2-3 months. Now, during that time, that you were dealing with this situation, did you find yourself blaming other people, the circumstances, or yourself, or why it wasn't happening?
I think that your natural instinct is to want to blame something. I think that one of the things that I've learned to do in my life is to not allow things to stress me. So I've learned to turn that particular thing off, that human instinct that I have to blame everything, to say whose fault it is and whose fault, and just sort of let things be. And I think that one thing about me is I have learned to be appreciative of where I am, wherever I am. So even if I'm at the bottom, I've learned to be appreciative. I have not learned to be complacent or comfortable. I've just learned to appreciate where I'm at, which are those are completely different ideas. So yeah, I think the natural way you would think as a human is to begin blaming everything. Blame everybody. Oh, this is because of this, because of that, and it's like no. I blame where I'm going on where I'm at. So I'm trying to go somewhere, and because I'm trying to go somewhere, I'm seeing these challenges. If I wasn't trying to go somewhere, I wouldn't have. That's sort of my mentality.
All right. Okay. Well, Shawn, you heard the voice of reason, didn't you?
Yeah.
Okay, with his theme, Ruffle Some Feathers.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to ask you for your take on that. What words of wisdom will you share with our listeners from the theme, Ruffle Some Feathers, when it comes to building wealth and prosperity or having your own business?
I like what he said, that if you're not making, if you're not making noise, then, if you're not ruffling feathers, if you're not making noise, then you're probably not doing anything. And you know what happens when you make noise? You disturb your neighbors. Because anyone wanting to go somewhere has to be willing and ready to go after it with all they got, and that's going to require that you make some noise, and you're always going to come up against people who don't want, who are comfortable where they are, or they don't want to see you go anywhere. You're just going to ruffle some feathers, or you got to pass them, or they're in the position you want, but I think that if you learn how not to be affected by the outside, the noise if you're not worried, if you learn how not to be affected by the distraction, you'll get a lot farther than if you allow, because distractions just slow you down.
I know some folks who resemble that remark. All right. I love what you've been sharing. It has truly been a blessing, and I am moved, touched, and inspired, again, by your authenticity. It's just really, really touching. Now, we will hear more from Shawn later in the show. It's time for my favorite spirit, a prosperous spirit, with Miss Cookie.
Thank you, Ron. Protected. I am divinely protected. If I feel distressed by any circumstances, I affirm that God is in the midst of it. I may not understand why things happen the way they do, but I trust that the love of God permeates it all. I know my focus of spirit. Nothing can disturb the calm peace of my soul. No situation or person is more powerful than God. If I find myself slipping into doubt, fear, or anxiety, I deny that these feelings have any power over me. I turn my attention away from the circumstances that feed those feelings and affirm God is all power. Divine mind is all-knowing. Christ is the only truth. Spirit is all love. There's nothing that is not of God. I am always safe and loved. I am forever protected by the eternal presence that is in all. Shawnee, take us to break.
Yes. Stay tuned for In the Kitchen with Miss Cookie and Quiet Storm featuring a new artist over in the corner.
Another day, another restless night, crying myself to sleep. Another day of relentless phone calls from credit card companies demanding payment. Another day wondering if filing bankruptcy or getting one of those debt consolidation loans is the only way to go. A friend said, "Stop crying. Call Sharon, the debt destroyer." Sharon and her team of experts work hard to help you eliminate your credit card debt and get you and your credit back on track. No bankruptcy? No loans? Your credit card debt eliminated? I called Sharon, and her team of experts went right to work with a plan that made sense. I am sleeping peacefully, knowing my credit card debt is being destroyed and my credit is getting back on track. Have your credit card debt destroyed and get a good night's sleep. Contact Sharon, the debt destroyer, at yourdebtdestroyed.com or call 888-431-2829, extension 2.
Welcome back. We give it all to you on Grow Your Mind and Money, and you better believe that we do it all with love. Okay, something smells great. It's got to be the dish Miss Cookie is whipping up in the kitchen. Miss Cookie, what you got going on over there?
Thank you, Shawnee, and welcome to the kitchen. We have a great recipe to feed those hearty appetites that have been working diligently on growing their minds and money. Tonight's recipe of the week is scrumptious and delicious. It makes 4 servings. Preparation time is only 10 minutes. Cook time is only 11 minutes. And it is a burrito-style shrimp. Get those pens and paper handy. Here comes your ingredients. 1 tablespoon of olive oil, 3 cloves of garlic chopped, 1 can, 14.5-ounce, fire-roasted crushed tomatoes, a 1/2 cup of dry white wine, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 1/4 teaspoon of red pepper flakes, 1.5 pound of large shrimp, shelled and deveined, 1/4 cup of parsley chopped, 1 package 9-ounce refrigerated whole wheat linguine such as boutoni, 2 ounces of ricotta cheese shredded. Preparation: Heat your olive oil in a large non-stick skillet over medium-high heat. Add the garlic and cook 1 minute until golden. Stir in the tomatoes, wine, salt, and red pepper flakes. Simmer uncovered 5 minutes. Add the shrimp and simmer 5 minutes until shrimp is cooked thoroughly. Stir in the parsley. Meanwhile, cook the pasta following package directions. You are all done. To serve, toss the pasta with the shrimp straw sauce. Sprinkle with the ricotta cheese. Yummy, yummy. Very delicious. Now it is time for the corner with Quiet Storm. Let's give her a smooch and a rose.
And I thank you so much, Miss Cookie. I can smell that aroma way over here. That is certainly scrumptious.
Thank you.
Well, tonight we have Ozonna out of New York, New York, with his single, We Glow. From the website, Ozonna's rich writing style and multicultural influences have shaped his music into what it is today, a tapestry of deep passion and love, woven from a diverse and exciting personal story. As you know, we asked our team to vote whether they think the track should get a smooch and a rose or if it needs more fertilizing. And here we glow.
You don't need to stay home all the time. Come out and drown your sorrows, baby, in red wine. It's over square, get buzzed and we'll dance all night. Party in the stars, we're up so high. Beat up the flow, the party's getting slow. Got to be heard, we're a walking show. Give it our best, so that's the rest. London town's a big town, we got to impress. We know that we go, way and go out and born free. No telling who we could be. But we know that we go, way and go out and born free. No telling who we could be. We're the kids that everyone talks about. As we raise our flags and just let it out. No apologies for being just who we are. Cause our light it shines like the North Star. Speed up the flow, the fire's getting slow. Got to be heard, we're a walking show. Give it our best just to pass the rest. London town's a big town, we got to impress. We know that we glow. We young, go out and born free. No telling who we could be. But we know that we glow. We young, go out and born free. No telling who we could be. Sophisticated ratchet bitches, come join us if you wanna get down. Party with us, baby, yes, around town. If you stick with us, you won't drown. We run things downtown. But we know that we glow. We young, go out and born free. No telling who we could be. But we know that we glow. We young, go out and born free. No telling who we could be.
Well, you just heard it for yourself. That was We Glow. And we're going right to our panel to find out what they thought. And the first panelist up is going to be none other than Miss Cookie. Miss Cookie, please tell us what you thought of We Glow.
Who want to share their fertilizer? Anybody got any to spare?
I might have a couple of extra bags myself.
Okay, you can let them have it. We need to give them some fertilizer there. Didn't do nothing for me. It was just blah.
All right. Well, that came in loud and clear. And let's see what else is coming in. Dare I say, is that? Yes, it is. Empress Nakia.
It really. Okay. Just don't give it to me. I don't have much to say, but I'll just join on with Miss Cookie. I'm just giving some fertilizer tonight.
Oh, I'm choking with all the thick smell of fertilizer in the air. Well, more fertilizer, more fertilizer. Let's go on to see what the voice of reason has for us tonight. Voice of reason.
Obviously, Ozonna did not hear me say ruffled feathers. Don't just make our ears bleed. Fertilize it. All the fertilizer you can get together. I'm with Miss Cookie. We need action.
It is thick tonight. It is thick. Well, Miss Shawnee, I know you're in the house. We glow. We glow. We glow.
And we are glowing as we have broke in and stole some fertilizer trucks so we can back it up. So I had to get some extra for everybody else.
I see.
Yeah.
And it's just about unanimous. All right, well, Mr. Ronnie B. Let's see
we want to check in with our guest.
Oh, I was going to leave her for last, but okay.
I'll go.
Okay.
Actually, with Ozonna, I was sort of on the fence. It kind of reminded me of the old Studio 54 club mix, and I still got a black silk shirt with rhinestone trim.
Oh no.
Yeah, so I still have my black silk shirt with the rhinestone trim and a bandana. So I'm gonna give him a pedal.
Whew. A pedal.
I'm gonna give him a pedal.
No. Okay. All right. Well, Shawn, we want to know what you thought of that track as well. What about We Glow, Shawn?
You know, I listened to it earlier on my computer. You know, when you guys sent the email out, I listened to it earlier. And it sounded completely different on my computer than it sounded, here. So if I was only judging by here, I would agree with all of you guys. But because I listened to it on my computer earlier, I actually thought it was kind of cool.
That doesn't count.
I actually thought it was kind of cool.
That your computer doesn't count. Listeners can't hear your computer. Your computer doesn't count.
Because I heard it earlier, I actually thought it was kind of cool. I thought he was a bit I don't know what word to use, but it's just not excited enough. But he wasn't excited.
Just merely not excited enough. Okay.
I mean, it was a little more than, a little less than exciting, a little more than dead, but but I thought it was cool. Judging by but on here, I would agree with you. Oh, this is the only time I heard it. But since I heard it earlier, I have I can't go too hard.
Just remember, our listeners cannot hear your computer.
Actually, the listeners do get to hear the better version because we re-added it. We re-edit the music, and sometimes it don't help.
Somewhere between alive and dead, I am done.
Quiet Storm, take over your segment.
Well, I think it's pretty much unanimous. We can have some appreciations for his talent, but I think I've got to give this one some more fertilizer. It's a little bit more to it than we glow. And that takes us to our next track. Now, our next artist is Jabu Imbara. They're out of Austin, Texas, with his single, Delusional. Now, from the website, Delusional offers an eerie content layered on a smooth, simple bass guitar melody. It induces an intellectually stimulating ambiance with a lot of questioning. Well, Mr. Imbara, you definitely have our interest piqued, and let's hear Delusional.
Spear through my heart when Daddy told me he don't love me no more. Blood on my hands. You don't tell me I'm delusional. Tell me I'm delusional. Yeah, now he did. Yeah, now he did. It wasn't you. No, 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 it wasn't you. It wasn't you.
That was delusional. And let's go right to our panel to find out how delusional it really was. Let's go ahead and ask Shawnee the poet. Shawnee, what did you think of that one?
Woo-hoo. Oh, I'm sorry. I actually like that 10 times better than the one we just heard. So I'm not going to fertilize that because it was different. I can't say that I liked it fully, but I was kind of on the fence. I'm going to give that a couple rose petals.
Couple of rose petals and no fertilizer. For delusional. All right. Well, Miss Shawnee has spoken, and let's see what the other panelists think. Empress Nakia.
I think Shawnee was delusional.
Are you mean to tell me that wasn't better than the last track?
It was different.
10 times better.
It had more fire to it. It had more excitement, but it was, maybe it's my head spinning that, is.
You're still blowing.
Fine. Anyway, I love you. Delusional is going to get some backing up of the truck fertilizer. I'm not delusional. Okay. So.
All right. Well, you have come in loud and clear, Empress, and she has ruled. All right. Well, let's find out what Miss Cookie, tell us about this delusional.
Delusional.
It's delusional, all right. I still need some help with the fertilizer. Let's just give him a triple dose.
A triple dose it is. A triple dose it is. Well, let's go right to our guest, Shawn. Shawn, what did you think of delusional?
I also heard that one on my computer earlier, and surprisingly, it didn't help. It actually reminded me of like the artist maybe 30 years too late, and so maybe it should have been like on the soundtrack of Back to the Future. And right at the end, when Biff got the truck of fertilizer in his car, we're fertilizer.
He's got the perfect scene and everything picked out. That's really good. All right. Well, you have spoken and loudly at that. Let's go right to the voice of reason.
There's no reason for that.
Sean, you're just too kind. Because it reminded me, please, it was like, put that to bed. I'm with Miss Cookie. Throw the flag on me, blow the whistle, call a taxi, all of that. We piling on the fertilizer. I'm piling on. I'm jumping on the fertilizer truck and making sure I'm helping them get all the fertilizer on that one.
I'm getting my keys.
Well, this is pretty much well buried. And, of course, we have Ronnie B. Smooth things out. Ronnie B., is that bad?
You know, sometimes when you know, out there on that edge, and you're out on those little skinny branches, you know, folks ain't caught up to where you are.
That's understatement.
Especially when you're out on the skinny
so I rather like Brother Jabu Mbari and delusional. Call me crazy.
Dropped him on his head when he was a baby.
You crazy.
I'll give up your face, though.
I'll give a couple of petals.
And a couple more petals over here. Delusional. Well, delusional just, you know, it really could work as a soundtrack somewhat, but a very short scene, you know. But, yeah, I liked his originality, but I gotta give it some fertilizer. Well, of course, if you liked what you heard from Ozonna, you can check him out at Ozonna.com. And, of course, if you liked what you heard from Jabu Mbara, check him out at JabuMbara.com. Darnell, please take us to break.
I sure will, Quiet Storm. Up next, Shiny Sunshine Lounge. My interview with Shawn and Voices from the Ethers. Please stay tuned.
Lord, I confess I've made mistakes. I have accumulated too much credit card debt, and now I cannot imagine overcoming it without your help. I beg of you to intercede on my behalf. Provide me with the financial means to be able to breathe again. Please forgive my sins, Lord. Walk with me. Help me to make the right decisions throughout my life. I'm Sharon, the debt destroyer. I work with people like you, good people, who need a way to eliminate their credit card debt and get back on the path to prosperity. My team of experts will work hard to help you eliminate your credit card debt and get you and your credit back on track. No bankruptcy, no loan, your credit card debt eliminated. Have your credit card debt destroyed? Contact me at yourdebtdestroyed.com or call 1-888-431-2829.
We give it all to you on Grow Your Mind and Money, and we do it all with love. Time to visit the lounge with Shani. Shani, we are on our way.
Welcome to Shiny's Sunshine Lounge, where we feature a mixture of goodies that will stimulate your mind and maybe even have you tapping your feet. Tonight, we have Lonnie G performing I Hate Stripping. Hey, DJ, this mic better be hot.
Oh, see, eat stripping.
Damn. It's kind of crazy what I put myself through. An educated black woman that actually finished school. But ain't nobody hiring. The job market is slow. So now you can catch me climbing up and sliding down somebody's pole. Now, I'm in my cute outfit, showing a little ass, hoping that the next dude to walk in and spend a little cash, grinding on somebody's husband, shaking his ass for somebody's father. They don't care. So why should I bother? Because power due, rent due, water due. So I'm just out here doing what the fuck I gotta do. Now, it's time for me to get on stage, rub up on my breast, because the dope boy that's about to make it right now, he's the one I'm trying to impress, showing more for less. This shit is depressing, because she got 3 kids, but she got 4. She got to start tricking out, so now she's labeled as a whore, and the schoolgirl want to get started, but she don't know what's in store. 5 months later, the schoolgirl knocked up by some knuckleheaded boy. The things we do just to get money. Watch them throw it in the air. Watch us crawl around like dummies. And every nigga in the club find that shit funny. Damn. It's kind of crazy what I put myself through. An educated black woman that actually finished school. But ain't nobody hiring. The job market is slow. So you can catch me climbing up and sliding down somebody's pole now. I'm working up a sweat. Ain't no money on stage. But here come this nigga talking about how much for the pussy because he want to pay. Get the fuck out my face. But what's even more upsetting is the things we do just to enhance. Ass injections, breast implants, just to give a $10 dance. I tried McDonald's. They said I was overqualified. So instead of me handing out a chicken biscuit, I'm in the club showing 2 pieces and a thigh. Damn. It's kind of crazy what we put ourselves through. Educated black women that actually finish school. But ain't nobody hiring. The job market is slow. So you can catch us climbing up and sliding down somebody's pole. Now, this ain't what I really wanted to do. This was never in the plan. But the book prices went up and tuition got out of hand and financial aid said you're not approved, so I had to reach in the pocket. So I really ain't had no choice but to back it up and drop it. I need to stop it. And one day, I will. But until someone in America starts hiring, that rain shower is going to pay my bills. Damn. It's kind of crazy what I put myself through. An educated black woman that actually finished school. Ain't nobody hiring. The job market is slow. But I thank God every day that this ain't the only thing I know.
All righty. Panel, that was I Hate Stripping. So I need to know if she's going to get some snaps or rotten tomatoes or a couple dollars. Ronnie D?
Oh, snap. And a toe tap. And I ain't going to say that, and forget to make it rain. Baby, look, here's a suitcase.
All righty. Class on.
I don't know. I don't want to go full Monty on Erner on this young lady. This is her self-expression, which I definitely appreciate. But, it was kind of comical. It was a little bit comical there for me at times. There were some great leaps made. Unemployment, the next step, she's on the pole. I don't get it.
You say you don't know. You say you don't know if it had to go all like that.
Right. I don't think it's quite like that. I noticed at the end of the poem she got to the we part. I don't know how much we it is. This might be, all the stripping we do. This is all the stripping you do it. So
right.
I understand your self-expression, but I'm a little bit missing the art part. If you want to strip, baby, go ahead and strip. You don't need our permission. But you
And
say
don't
you hate
apologize
stripping.
for it. You're right.
You say you hate stripping. So I don't know. It didn't really make a lot of sense to me.
All righty. Shawn, our wonderful guest, what do you think? That's right.
Well,
$2
well, yeah. So, yeah, maybe I'm a pass on this. Like, but, you know, what?
You on
Yeah, I'm a pass.
You on the fence?
I'm not on the fence at all. I just want to pass on my opinion.
We want to know what your opinion is.
We want to know what your opinion is.
Come on, hit us with it.
My opinion is, why is it that every time a female needs money, they say something about the darn pole? I do not get it. That is so extraordinarily ridiculous. So the reason I want to say it, because it is art, so I don't know whether or not this person is actually truthful in it, or whether she's being, sort of metaphoric in what she's saying, because it is art, so I don't know whether or not she's actually saying this is something I went through or something I'm just talking about in comparison the job market to doing things just to get by. But why is it females in particular, whenever it is, I don't have no money, I'm going to hit the pole. Like, come on, like, the pole is not that great. Like,
you hear this a lot?
Name a female who's never said, I got it. But even if they didn't do it in real
I have it.
What?
I have it.
That is not an area that I would ever desire to go into.
Like even in a joking fashion, sort of
Mr. Broadnax,
I didn't want to make
a little
that
bit of an
comment.
age difference.
I don't know that. But like,
Okay, all right. So you've heard that before, and you're tired of hearing that. I got you. All right, Nakia, my love.
Thank you, Shawnee. Sean about to get kicked out the door.
It's me.
We've been talking a minute, right, Sean?
Baby, because we finna get it in.
Okay. I'm doing
the freedom, so I'm not trying to down people. I'm saying I'm being an advocate of freedom. I don't think that females should say that much. That's what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, you.
It's too late, brother.
Right. Go back up over in your corner.
We've been there, brother. We got your back. We got your back. Come on over with me. Come on over here with me and Voice the Reason.
Tell you I might not be able to tell you.
It's pretty wild for you.
I was saying, I understand that she was, in my opinion, trying to get a point across. And she was being a voice for so many young ladies in society who have made the decision to choose that direction, thinking as a result of being fed that is the way to make your money and to get through school and to become somebody different. You have Usher that is talking about meeting a girl in a club and, you stripper, but at the end of the night you still my beat and you coming home with me. So we have to look at society, social media, and what is being taught to our young ladies in this society and how they are being groomed and mentally encouraged to do things that is not acceptable, not morally necessarily right, and we don't have the parents behind them telling them something different. So, no, I don't know whether or not the young lady is stripping and showing all her goods and her thighs and buns. She was extremely graphic to a level that I didn't necessarily want to see. However, she was trying to get her point across. And in some areas, she felt it kind of humorous herself because she caught her own self laughing. But, it's real life. And no, Sean, I don't believe that every woman chooses that as a profession nor considers that, because I dare not get my behind up on anybody's pole sliding up and down, regardless of what I may have been told or heard or observed. That doesn't mean that that is a choice that I would make personally or result to, regardless of my financial situation, conditions, or otherwise, or having to feed my child or whatever situation may be. There's too many other options for me. I have a wide mindset, so it's not that narrow to where somebody can feed that mess to me and allow me to consider that as an option, Shawn. So I'll be speaking with you shortly, but go ahead and give that young lady what? Some roses or snap,
right,
something?
Tomatoes or snap.
For her effort and the fact that she put some information out there, however controversy it may be.
All right. Thank you, Nakia.
You're welcome.
Darnell, my love.
Oh, yeah. Shawn ruffled them feathers, boy. He ruffled them feathers. All I saw was feathers all over the place, and Shawn just run up a coat. Hey, that's what we all about here. Grow your mind and money. But we give it 90 G. Snap. Hey, I understood it, and I can relate. I mean, hey, educated woman, couldn't find a job. Hey, doing what she has to do for the time being. Hey, I'm not saying that she's going to be, getting a 401k off that pole, but right now, she's making it work for her, and hey, I'm not here to judge. I'm just here to give a couple of snaps and make sure that I'm out of the way when Shawn ruffles those feathers.
All right. Thank you very much. So, last and certainly not least, here goes my damn opinion. I don't give a damn if you want to slide up and down the pole. If that's your choice, do what you do. But don't sit up there and be complaining about what you hate doing and telling everybody what you hate doing while you're doing it. Suck it up and deal with it if that's a choice that you made. Now, because some people do it because they like it. Some people got poles in their house. That ain't nobody's business. But, don't sit up there and complain about it. Now, on the art side about that, she still could have stepped her game up with the piece. So that's for sure what it was about. You try to get a point across. She did turn over a few leaves, but she could have elaborated and made that so much better and put a whole lot more effort, and people actually would have received it more. So, now, if you enjoyed the performance from Lonnie G, you can check her out on YouTube. Now, it is time to continue with our awesome interview with Shawn. Nakia, my love, take it away.
Yes, darling. Thank you, as always. All right, Shawn.
Hi.
He quiet. In this segment, we will learn more about Shawn, the aha moment that launched his business, and some of the challenges Shawn faces in having his vision fulfilled. Thank you so much, Shawn, for your sharing and your willingness to be open and authentic. Shawn, you there, darling?
I am here.
Okay. Please share the aha moment when you knew in your heart of hearts that the creation of Reach Movement Network was the right thing for you.
I've always sort of been in business. I started, when I was 20 years old, and as an entrepreneur, I was 20 years old, and I've been through a lot of different types of companies. And different ideas. And, my life's calling has always been to be an entrepreneur. It was in 2006 that I sort of stopped what I was doing. I got blessed because one of the companies I was running got purchased by a bigger company. And so I had time and, I had just time to think about what I was going to do next. During this time, Barack Obama had just begun running for president, and he was still in the primaries. And and I was, like every other Democrat in the world, I was looking between him and Hillary, the back and forth between him and Hillary. And then one day, I saw the determining factor which made me like Barack Obama over Hillary was Michelle. And I saw her speak one day, and I was like, oh, that's the guy I'm voting for. It has nothing to do with that guy. It had to do with his wife. So I went really hard to the point where I was doing a lot of campaigning for him. I joined the organization, and I did a lot of work for him, and she really went really hard. But the way that he organized his business or the campaign made me want to organize sort of a business that mirrored the grassroots level and helping people that were less fortunate. And so the way he did it was my aha moment as far as organization and doing what I do, except for doing it for people. Business has sort of always been taught to be a selfish sort of thing. But now, being the most successful business I have is a business that's based on people. Like, it's not based on me being selfish. It's based on how much can I help somebody else. And what I learned from him is that helping other people creates success. And success is not created while one person sits and, tries to figure out how to make their own situation, better. Is when one person tries to make other people's situation better, and you're building something that makes everybody else's situation better. And so I think my aha moment came somewhere between 2007 and 2008 when I realized that that to make other people's lives better creates success, and not the selfish way that I've been taught, that I've seen on TV or I had studied. It's actually in what you do for others.
Wow, that is awesome. That's very impactful. So what circumstances or people challenge you in having your business and the difference you make exceed all expectations? What are you doing to overcome those obstacles?
Lord, you have to ask that question again. I ain't get it.
Okay. What circumstances or people challenge you in having your business and the difference you make exceed all expectations? What are you doing to overcome those obstacles? What efforts are you putting forth, or what have you done to continue to succeed in your direction, in your path, in your mission, your purpose?
I think that constantly on a day-to-day basis, always learning, and always educating yourself a little more than you were the day before, helps you overcome tons of obstacles. Watching your circle is extraordinarily important.
Be an example of a challenge or a circumstance that occurred that caused you or forced you to have to get over that hump, get over that milestone?
Circumstance that occurred. I don't really know.
It was just smooth, and there was no adversity. Nothing popped its ugly head up and made you stop and take 10 steps back when you thought you were 100 steps forward.
I sort of approach adversity. My personality is to, just stand up to adversity. So
you didn't have any naysayers. People that
I've got tons I've got tons of naysayers. I just don't listen. I mean, like, you know, just the natural way that things go, man. I you know, people just go and go and go. After a while, you learn that it doesn't matter. So I don't listen. And I think that one of the biggest things I've learned about business and about, you know, being consistent is that, you know, people's opinions, unless they're, you know, unless they're criticisms or they're you know, their side chatter or whatever is, you know, helping you, it doesn't matter. So you know, I don't listen. And so that's a hard question for me because I've been like that for a very long time. Like, it, you know, the naysayers, the people who talk, the people who, you know, they just don't bother me. It just doesn't matter to me.
Well, that's fair. Okay. So would you be willing to share a disappointment that involved working with others that still have you shake your head today?
Well, just so you guys know, my primary client is churches. So, you know, most of the clients I work with, they're all churches. So the level of disappointment that one could possibly get for a church is so extraordinarily high, because of how because of the pedestal we put church people on.
Yes. Okay.
You know, I think that I've learned really that people are people. And I think in my business, it's hard. The hardest thing to learn in my business because I deal with churches, and because we put church people at such a high pedestal. When you get behind the scenes, you have to swallow the idea because it's not. If you don't swallow the idea, you may hate God, right? Because you have to accept the idea that people run church, and that the pedestal that you may have put preachers and pastors and all that stuff on is improper, and that it was wrong. It was wrong of you to put the pastor on that pedestal. That's why every single time you will get disappointed.
Absolutely.
And I think that's the biggest disappointment. I don't know if it's a disappointment. What I had to learn to swallow. Is that these people are people, and you know, the way they do stuff and the way it's like not very dissimilar from my own life, and sometimes it's a whole lot worse than my own life. And so you have to learn. And then accept that, you know, a pastor is not, you know, after this radio show, you guys get to shut it down and go do whatever else you were doing in your life, right? Whatever you do for work, you get to finish, right? 9 to 5, 5 o'clock, you get to clock out and leave. That's it. Not until I come back to work and my working again. For a pastor, however, he doesn't leave. He's always a pastor. Even though that's his job, he's always a pastor. He's a pastor when he goes to sleep. He's a pastor when he wakes up. When he's in the grocery store, he's a pastor. When he's, you know, he's always a pastor. I think that has been the most, what got me to a point of empathy with people and not to be disappointed. To understand that, man, this sucks. Like, I can't take a vacation from this. Like, you are always that. And so I think that what protects me from being disappointed in the fact that people are human is the fact that I could never do this guy's job, like, ever. Can't do it. Like, can't be at a point where I got to be a pastor to my wife. I got to be a pastor to my kids. I got to be a pastor when I'm, you know, like, I have to be a pastor at every single point of my, I never get to go home. I never get to leave it alone. So, you know, that I think that stops me from feeling the disappointment of these people are crazy disappointment because I learned to kind of stomach that.
Wow. Okay. That's interesting, very interesting, a different perspective. So can you now share with us a specific moment where your efforts and your memories of the work you and others did still bring a smile to your face? Give us a specific example.
Efforts and memories. I think when we reconstructed a movie theater, we reconstructed a movie theater into a sort of a youth church, and it started out as a very small project that we were doing, and then when we got there, it became this larger than life idea that they could not afford to do. But we worked with them, and we invested most of the resources into turning this place, which was a movie theater, and we turned it from a movie theater into a whole church for youth. And it was cool. They had Xboxes in the upstairs, and you know, they still had their concession stands, but each individual movie theater was another. Like, this was the elementary, and this is the middle school, and this is the adult school, and they were cool because they had buses. It was in South Carolina. They had buses that went to the different sort of the hood. They went to the ghetto and just picked up the kids. They bust them in. So it had nothing to do with it wasn't the actual church, because there was another church connected to it. But it wasn't the actual church. It was actually kids that wanted to go to church, which is exciting because, you know, kids don't want to go to church. So it was pretty exciting.
Yeah, I agree with that one, but okay.
Yeah. The kids don't like church. You know, it's sort of like oh man, I gotta go. But this particular was a different feeling, because you got an opportunity to see kids that actually wanted to go to church. It had nothing to do with their parents. It was like, hey, we're getting on the bus, we're going to church. So that was awesome. pretty memorable project that we did.
That is awesome. So Shawn, I know that you and I could talk forever, and but it's time for us to hear from our listeners in the ethers. And it was awesome talking to you and sharing, and you being authentic and allowing us to get a greater understanding of your perspectives in your work. So we want to hear from our listeners. Quiet Storm, what's happening in the ethers?
Wow, that was great, Nakia. Well, yes, this is the part of the show where we hear from our voices from the ethers. And, of course, this is where we hear from our listeners that write in. And our first up writes, I love the 3 interviews you have with the guests. And it is interesting and allows you to get multiple perspectives of the person. I have never seen a show use this type of technique. I am sure more will soon do that. Is Nakia single? She is hot. Mr. Moore was speaking to me and several of my ex-buddies, talking about putting your skills to work. Sometimes we forget how skilled we really are, and it takes courage to exit the matrix and use those skills powerfully. Love you, man. Well, that voice from the ether was Calvin Meredith. Calvin, definitely thank you for taking the time to drop us a line. Of course, we have another voice from the ethers coming into view, and this person says, I have learned that the prosperity works if you just do. This person says, I have learned that the prosperity work works if you do it. Most of the time, I am just wasting time trying to figure out in advance whether or not the prosperity work will really work instead of simply doing the work. Am I crazy? My husband says I'm nuts, and I should do the work and see what I get. I think he's right. Everyone tells me I need to use my skills and put them to work. It seems like they are seeing skills I don't see. Am I just scared? The music and poetry was awful this week. Glad Shawnee gave us something to snap about. That was Zarina Scarsdale, who took the time to drop us that voice from the ethers. And let's see. Well, we have one more. And this person writes, love the show. The fertilizer was flying everywhere. The poet should have got a double wide load, and Shawnee was on point. Enough of the funeral music during the poems. Glad Miss Cookie was back. She is so inspiring, and those recipes are perfecto. The topic was great. If you don't narrow the possibilities, you get overwhelmed and end up doing nothing. Yep, that was Kelly Fitzpatrick. We love all our ethers all our voices from the ethers, and we do want to invite them to keep those comments coming. Right now, Darnell, please take us to break.
Coming up next, in the next segment, the finale with Shawn Broadnax, Food for Thought, and the Prosperity Word. Please stay tuned.
Oh, beautiful, just beautiful. Oh, how adorable is that?
Edible Arrangements has a fresh fruit bouquet to make any occasion special. Our bouquets are made with fresh premium fruit, arranged in a variety of stunning displays. Make every occasion special with Edible Arrangements. Guys, the baby's over here.
Oh, all right. Oh, okay, yes.
And don't even think about touching my edible arrangements.
For pickup or delivery nationwide, call 877-DO-FRUIT, 877-DO-FRUIT, or go to ediblearrangement.com. That's ediblearrangement.com. Yeah.
Oh, my. What a nice looking baby you've got here.
Make all your special moments. Moments with Edible Arrangements.
Welcome back. We give it all to you on Grow Your Mind and Money. And woo-hoo, baby, we do it all with love. All right, it is time for the finale. Darnell, my love, take it away.
Thank you, Shawnee. Shawn, it has been a special treat having you on the show. I am so impressed from listening to you share so freely, so thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, well, let's just dive right into the finale. Shawn, what challenges do you see lurking in the waters that would try to slow you down or take you off the path from growing your business and having it succeed beyond expectations?
Sometimes I think that challenges that could come up in the business is, in my particular style of business, there's people who don't want to grow. They always present a challenge to my style of business because it involves taking people who want to stay in the same place. It involves pushing them to a new level, a new dimension, and so always find challenges and having to sort of push people, and people don't want to grow. So that's always my biggest challenge.
That's interesting. That's very good. That's interesting. Not wanting to grow is a challenge. Well, Shawn, please share 2 pitfalls you have seen people fall into when it comes to being consistent in their actions for having success in business. 2 of your best pitfalls.
I think that the first, I think I'm going to use two sort of cliches that that make that make people stay in the same place in business. The first cliche is the mentality of another day, another dollar. And I think that when people wake up like that, like, hey, how you doing today? And they say another day, another dollar, just symbolizes complacency. And I think that so many people live in this place of complacency, whereas, I'm just doing what I do every day. And that stops people from ever beginning to see the success, see any type of success, because you have to be self-motivated. And if you live in this life of, just another day, another dollar, you're just not, you're not motivating yourself to go anywhere. And I think that one of the biggest challenges that I tell everybody in business, right? The mentality that it takes money to make money is such the biggest lie we've ever heard in America. Because it's just not the truth. It takes persistence to make money. It takes effort. It takes going the extra mile. It takes anything but money. Money is but a tool to help, but so many people came from nothing and made everything. So many people like a Magic Johnson or just people that came from the complete bottom. So this mentality that it takes money to make money stops so many people from going somewhere, because they'll say, I don't have the money to do it. And if you can give yourself that excuse, you'll stay in the same place forever. Because in order to get the money to do it, you got to run after it. So it takes desire and willpower to
and you won't have success. You won't have success in business either.
Right, exactly.
That's the main thing. Well, thank you for those two pitfalls, Shawn. And this is a good one for you. I'm interested to see how you're going to answer it. Would you please share with us one practice you use daily to keep yourself in action and focused on the results you intend to produce?
Read.
Read.
I wake up every morning at 8 and I read. I read something having to inspire me. I read Entrepreneur Magazine. I read Forbes. I read every single day without fail, 8 a.m. to about 8:30. And reading allows you to consistently stay abreast of what's possible, and then it allows you to just inspire yourself before you start your day. And so if it's one thing I have to say, which, that keeps you going and keeps you inspired, is reading. Get out, don't do it during work hours, just get up. Like while everybody else gets up and exercises in the morning, I get up and read.
Okay. Hey, I think that's the first here, and we definitely appreciate that one, because again, it gives you an opportunity to see what's possible, like you said. And Shawn, please tell the listeners, what do you have on your plate, and how can our listeners learn more about the projects and activities you are involved with?
I've got so many things on my plate. Just I guess the biggest projects are upgrading churches, getting them to a media and a digital age, and that's what we do. We're also involved in pushing Christian hip hop music. We started to do that about a year and a half ago, where we're investing into Christian hip hop culture, just to sort of combat some of the other other voices that people hear, so that you get another opportunity to hear another perspective on music. So we started investing in that, and we're investing in urban Christian culture all around. So we're investing in urban Christian clothing and magazines and just pretty much we invest in urban Christian culture. So everything that I do, I do as a investment into leaving a stamp on society, positive influence on society. And so that's what I have on my plate. That's what we got brewing. To hear more, to get more information about me, I have two websites. One is reachmovement.net, and then one is reachmovement.com, which should, they just show some of the reachmovement.com will show some of the more creative stuff I'm doing, and our reachmovement.net is the media and that type of thing. So it's reachmovement.net or .com, whatever one you pick, you'll see me.
Okay. Do you have a Twitter account? Are you on Facebook?
Yep. All you gotta do is search Reach Movement on Facebook, on Twitter, or search my name, Shawn Broadnax, and I am there.
All right. Well, Shawn, please, know that we thank you for being on Grow Your Mind and Money. You have to promise us that you'll come back and pay us a visit and ruffle some more feathers.
I love it.
Well, hey, if you like me, I'm wondering what special dish Nakia has whipped up for us on Food for Thought. She slipped on Miss Cookie's apron, and she's over there doing something. So what you got, Nakia?
I'm ready. Thank you, Darnell, Shawn. Ruffle some feathers. If you're not ruffling a few feathers, you're probably not getting much done. If you're not running into difficult problems, then you're falling far short of your potential. You are superbly equipped to meet great challenges and to create great achievements. If you're just maintaining the status quo, there's a whole lot more valuable stuff you could be doing. What you did yesterday was fine for yesterday. However, today is a new day, filled with new possibilities. So get busy exploring those new possibilities. Make yourself a little bit uncomfortable by reaching a little beyond what you're sure you can do. Challenge yourself in a meaningful way, and you will quickly grow to meet those challenges. Ruffle a few feathers, including your own. Explore the vast territory that lies beyond your comfort zone and discover value you never knew existed. This is a new day, so live it as a new day. This is your opportunity to add something to your life and your world that's never been there before. So take that opportunity and run with it now. An action I see I can take for myself when it comes to the theme ruffle some feathers is not to change my direction nor my path. Understand that where I am today is where I'm supposed to be because there is a reason for me being here. But in the process of going through my phases, my transitions, and my steps, I can't stop ruffling feathers. and getting them all dirty every now and then. I won't stop trying. I won't stop pushing. I won't stop fighting through the masses of mess that I perceive to be in front of me. Ruffling feathers, for me, can be good, but also they can be a test and a trial until I get to my testimony. So no matter what the adversity is, the experience is, the hardship that breaks me down, that causes me to shed a tear, to have a little bit of doubt or a whole lot of doubt, to be my human self even in my weakest hour, I have to continue to push through my faith, through my position, and knowing who I am and whose I am, and knowing that ultimately I'll be able to fulfill the purpose that God has created for me. But as long as I sit down and think that it's going to be the easy road in getting there, I won't be achieving those new possibilities. I won't be pushing myself and allowing myself to really understand my potential. So, for me, I'm ready to ruffle some feathers. We've done it tonight, and I'll be doing it tomorrow. So, I wonder what kind of prosperity word Quiet Storm has for us this week. Quiet Storm, are you ready to ruffle some feathers?
Thank you so much, Nakia. We are. As a matter of fact, you are ready for action. You can sit around waiting for inspiration to strike, or you can get busy and let inspiration find you already in action. You can wait until you're ready, or you can simply declare that you are ready and get yourself started. Being ready for action is really nothing more than a state of mind. And you can change the state of your mind as quickly as you wish, anytime you wish. So the fact is, you are ready right now, here in this place, with everything just as it is. You are ready to make things happen. So remind yourself of that and get going. The satisfaction of solving a difficult problem or creating something new and valuable is right there in your foreseeable future. And here you are, ready and eager to go. This is going to be a truly outstanding day because you are ready to make it so. The future looks bright because you are ready to do whatever it takes to make that future shine. Yes, you are ready for action, as ready as anyone can possibly be. Take a deep breath. Flood your awareness with those possibilities and make amazing things happen now. The work for the next 7 days, when you're checking out at a grocery store or paying a toll, pay $1 towards the bill of the person in the line behind you. Each night, write in your journal any miracles that you're ready to acknowledge and an action you are ready to take the next day that will ruffle some feathers. Say this affirmation daily. Vast improvement comes quickly in every phase of my life now. Every day, in every way, things are getting better for me now. Share your list with at least one person daily and invite them to participate. And remember, demand a miracle.
A world of peace. and prosperity, one listener at a time. Until next time, grow your mind and your money. Because, yeah, it's a beautiful thing.